Deuces. Okay, man. People, hey. So I just want to pose the question. So, what should we really be doing during this time? Um, how do we gain our footing in this uncertainty? In this ocean of uncertainty that the world is actually going through. Now, I hope this mug is going. I don't know what's happening here with my live here. You guys, I'm going to stop and come back because I can't tell if this is. Well, you know what? Let me just roll on. Um, so, okay, there we go. I don't know. Anyway. So yeah. So how do we gain our footing here? What is it that what is it that we are to learn? What is it that we are to grow from? What is God telling us? So this is a Christian. This is a spiritual Christian page here. So that's what we're all about. I don't know what it means to not be Christian. I don't know what it means to not be in service to God in whatever way God is calling us or whatever. So we talk about spiritual things, of course. I just wanted to lay that out there in case somebody gets on this page that's not looking for this kind of information. So, I hear a lot of people, they're talking about, this time we talk about family, being together with family, which is great. People have been saying, take this time to, study. If you're in a particular career, maybe you need to brush up on your career. They've been talking about, if you're into movies, or as far as, if you write movies or plays, you go, take this time to fortify what it is that you do. And, as great as that sounds, I feel like what's missing is the truth. So what is the truth? What could be the truth? Let's say it that way. We don't know what's going to happen here. There's been a lot of talk about the world changing. It's going to be different. Talk about the new normal. And these are tremendous, seriously real possibilities. And they're probably more than, 100% real, 100% truth. So the world will look different than we've known it. And the truth is, because the world always changes. We go from era to era, dispensation to dispensation. The world is always changing. So you better believe that things are going to change. So what is it how do you prepare for a change that you've never been through? So most of us, we've been saying, just kind of fortify the things that you're interested in, or I don't really think they've been saying that, actually. I've been thinking they've been saying, what's up, GP? They've been saying, do this, go find out how to do this. But these are things that are all done in the light of a society that you still think you're going to be plugged into. So if the world changes and it becomes something totally different than what we've been used to, how do you really truly get prepared for that? Right? So, in saying that, we on Rising Ground page, so we advocate, again, the divine flow, which is the constant communion, the constant connection, the collaboration with God that gets you to your thriving space. And again, it's never about the individual prosperity, because God works holistically, and everybody's connected to it. So when you thrive the way that God says, then I thrive. If I thrive the way God says, then you thrive. So we have to be courageous enough to start to plug into, to start to believe that you can only get to where we want to get to through this collaborative connection with God. God has to tell you what you're going to do next. Because if God doesn't tell you, if the Spirit doesn't lead you or guide you into the place where only God can get you, because remember, God has the vantage point. God sits on top and within, but sits on top per se, and sees everything, all sides, all angles. We can only see from from here and where God leads us to see. So if you don't get used to being courageous enough to be able to ask God, so what is it that we do next? Now, I have heard people say, we can take this time to commune with God and to, just learn more. But I think the only thing is, man, it's something. You literally can plug into a system, a Christian system, a spiritual system that is past, that is moved on, because God continues to move and grow and expand. So if you think you're plugging into, well, it's not even about thinking you're plugging into. If you're doing something that you've always been doing, there is a chance that you might miss where God is trying to get you. So we have to be courageous enough to investigate by silence, by meditation, the things that are available to us that get us to not only just quiet ourselves down, and we know these things, but at the same time we still don't. I find it so strange that, and I'm not judging. Nope, I'm not judging. But I find it so strange that a lot of Christian people, a lot of spiritual people, they say a lot of the same things that's been said during this time, during this new thing that's happening. And if it's not wrong, it's not wrong. But you have to be willing to understand. You have to be willing to be courageous. You have to be willing to see what it is God is going to have you do next. What new thing are you telling me or you calling me towards? We got synchronicity with God's divine purpose for your life. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And it's okay that things are different. You know what I mean? It's okay that things are different. So we just have to be, let me wave at y'all again, my people. We just have to be in position to listen, to hear what it is that God is doing. And I guarantee you it's going to be different than what you've been used to. So you're going to have to believe something. It's been rough, man, in a few different ways, as far as, even for me, even with my dealing with this little sickness. And but it's great because God has done something that I didn't expect. And once this is over with, I'll tell you what it is. It's absolutely great. But I had to be in a place of rest. It may look like sickness, but rest, to be able to start to understand how God is maneuvering this whole thing. But divine flow, you have to be in the flow, in the stream of where God is trying to get us to go, so we can absolutely be, what's up, Danielle? And we can actually be prepared and be ready. So don't think of your old life as something that, God is going to continue to maneuver you in. Maybe so. I'm not even saying that that's not a possibility, but just expect the unexpected and get yourself in position to hear and listen and see where God is going to lead you next. Divine flow. That's all I have to say, y'all. Pastor Jamal, I am outro. Do it, y'all. Get ready. Position yourself. Don't think that this is going to be the norm as far as the way your life used to be. And listen to what he's going to tell you next. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be, isn't God always exciting? I know it's not exciting in the moment, but it's always when you look back on what would happen to you, you get to see how really great that the experience actually was. So I'll talk to you. Peace.